Welcome back to another tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make a crafting system. As you can see, I got a Minecraft workbench in front of me, and I wish I had a pickaxe, so I'm just gonna... Oh. Like I was saying, let's go ahead and make a wooden pickaxe, It'd be nice if everyone didn't make all their inventions decorational. Oh, okay, so the parts are kind of moving, but that's okay. I just came here for a wooden pickaxe, nothing more, nothing less. Just gonna place these down. Ah, yeah, that's a real nice wooden pickaxe. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. Okay, so I don't know if I'm not gonna be using that crafting table. I can't believe that crafting table was decorational. I was under the impression that it was environmental, but it's okay. I can make my own. So we're just gonna start off with a little cube over here. Make sure it's a little cube, not a giant cube. And we're just going to make a grid on top of it. So put your snapping on surface and get a ribbon. And we're of course the ribbon is going to be white color. Make sure the material is glossy plastic. And we're just gonna make sure we have a nice little grid. Okay, and there we go. There's our nice looking grid that doesn't look bad at all. And now that we have our little crafting table, we are going to get some I mean, it honestly depends on what you're making. I guess I'll just make the crafting table. Let's get a trigger volume, a CV2 trigger volume, of course. Make sure to put your snapping back to grid, by the way. In each one of the squares on our crafting table, we are going to put a trigger zone over it. Like I said, this all depends on what you're making. So I think I'm just going to make a wooden pickaxe again and show you how I did that. So we're going to have that trigger volume. We are going to copy this trigger volume and we are going to place it on the last two because that's how you make a wooden pickaxe in Minecraft. Two sticks and three pieces of wood. And now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and get the trigger volumes and place them off to the side. And we are actually gonna get our crafting ingredients now. So go to shape, get a cube, go to swatches, and you know, uh, you don't have to make what I'm gonna make, but I'm just showing you how. Before I make this, I'm gonna go to tools and make sure that I go to the create tools settings. So whenever I create something, it's on. This will just make it so whatever I make is grabbable. So I don't have to go configure and make it grabbable. So go ahead and do that. We are going to change this to physical. It can be, it doesn't need to be physical. I know physical takes up a lot of ink. It can be environmental too. Just don't make it decorational because trigger zones don't detect anything that's decorational. And we are going to change the tag to wood. Gonna go ahead and add that tag. And we're also going to enable can modify with circuits. And now we are going to copy this 2 more times. And of course, what would we do without our sticks? We are going to make sticks now. So go ahead and just, oh, I didn't want to do that. Turn off uniform shapes. So you're just going to want to make sure it's tall like a stick and scale it down a bit. There we go. And we are going to do the same thing we did with the wood thing, except we are going to name this one stick instead of wood. So go down to the tags, get rid of that, and put the tag of stick. And of course, make sure you can modify with the circuits and clone this a second time. Oh, I didn't make sure it was physical. Before you clone it, make sure it's physical or environmental, whatever you want. And then clone it. Now we have grabbable things that are physical. Now back to our crafting table. We are going to go to our first trigger zone up here and have it only detect objects with wood. Because if we don't do this, we could literally just put our sticks here and wood here and we still get a wooden pickaxe. Now we are going to go to our bottom trigger zone and we are going to have this detect stick. That is the right tag, right? Yeah, we're going to have the bottom one detect stick. Next, we are going to get a trigger. Where is it? Trigger volume, get object count, and place it right next to each trigger zone. So trigger zone, trigger volume, get object count. We are going to get an equals chip for each of them and put an if chip next to it. Now that we have that, we are going to get equip object to dominant hand, which we do not have our object yet, but we will. And we want a rec room object get first with tag. If you have multiple wooden pickaxes or multiple items, you're going to want to put rec room object get all with tag and not first with tag, and you want to get a for each chip. I'll show you that later because we're also going to be using the for each chip. Okay, we are going to connect this to object equip, make force equip true but not steal because we don't want to steal it from other players. And what we are going to do, because if we keep this local player, it's only going to, I mean, it's going to affect everybody in the room. Oh, well, I think that is, right? Anyway, we are going to connect this local player to, actually, we're just going to keep it local player. That's completely fine. Okay, now that we have that, we are going to get a for each chip, place it right next to here. We're going to get a Rec Room Object Reset chip. Make sure it's connected to loop, and we're going to do the same thing again. Then we're going to get a Rec Room Get All Objects with tag. So 1, 2. So this is going to make sure that when we get our pickaxe, that it will take our objects that we use to build it, and it's going to reset every single one of them to their original position. Stick and connect this, and there we go. So we are going to connect, we're going to change this to 3 for 3 wooden blocks, and we're going to change this to 2 for 2 wooden sticks. And what this does is it's just going to check the object count to see if you got 2 sticks and 3 wood in there. And how we're going to do this is we are going to actually connect this to the player exited, not object entered. So the reason we're making it player exited is because when you put all your things in and it's connected to object entered, it's not going to work, because when the last object enters, this is going to change it true and nothing's actually going to execute it because something needs to enter after it. So that's why I'm doing player exited. So when you place something in and take it out, you're going to get a pickaxe. So when you have player exited connected to this, it's going to check if this is true and you got 3 wooden blocks. Then it's going to go down here, check if it's true and you got 2 wooden sticks. Then it's going to go over here, equip the object to the local player's hand, and then it's going to reset the wood and the sticks. Now, all we need is our wooden pickaxe, and I don't see it anywhere. So go ahead and get one from the store, or maybe you built one. It doesn't really matter. And we're just going to place it down here too. We're just going to pretend this doesn't exist. And of course, we're going to make sure it's grabbable. Make sure it's environmental. Doesn't matter if you optimize the colliders or not. But we are going to give this the tag of wood pickaxe. Or you can shorten it down if you want. Wood pickaxe. Gonna add that. Make sure you can modify with the circuits. Otherwise, I don't know if it would equip to your hand or not. It probably still will. But just make sure you can modify with circuits on. Always a good thing to have one. And now we can go ahead and test it out. So if I go ahead and get these 2 sticks right here, place them down in here. They want to be moving all over the place, but I'll just keep them there. And we get our wooden blocks. Just place one there, place one here, and place it here. And we are going to place this here. And now, so a little mistake. We want to connect these to player enter, we want to connect the top if chip over here to player enter. So when they enter, it equips to their hand. And we also want to connect the player to the player who entered the zone. It doesn't matter which one you put it on. Should be the same. And now I should be able to place these blocks here and place my sticks in here and get my wooden pickaxe whenever everything stops floating everywhere. Yes, and there we go. I got my pickaxe. If you like this tutorial, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.